thoughts on it?
Well, I'm a big AJ Styles fan. The only thing I don't like about this match is, boy, the size differential makes you suspend disbelief. Makes you not able to suspend disbelief. Excuse me. I assume you guys saw the tag team match between Morgan and Nash against Daniels and Styles, right?
Yes, right.
Oh, that was embarrassingly unbelievable.
Sure.
And I expect in some ways this match to be the same way, but maybe not, because AJ is real good, Kevin's real smart. When you narrow it down to a singles match, if any two guys can figure out the right way to do this, it'll be them.
We've got a caller. Caller, you're live on the Voice of Wrestling. Caller.
He's still just listening to us on the radio.
He
called in to allow us to listen to ourselves on the radio.
Oh, well, I thought that it was this guy, but apparently I was wrong. So let me get that, whoever the hell that was, off. We've got a friend of Mark's calling in, actually, and a little surprise that we wanted to...
Somebody claims to be my friend. That's amazing. Is it Jim Cornette?
It's definitely
we'll see.
not,
Maybe not.
It's definitely not Jim Cornette, but we do actually have... Glenn Gilbertti. Glenn Gilbertti, a friend of WrestleZone as well. Glenn, what's going on, man? Glenn? Mark, did you scare him off too?
Perhaps one of the strippers can't find a maxi pad.
Oh.
Let me call him back. I don't know what happened to him. Hold on. Let's get him back on.
You guys are losing focus of the show's main eventer, which is me, Glenn.
Yeah, right.
Oh,
yeah.
oh.
All right, we got his voicemail, I guess.
Is that what that was?
How the hell with him? Who needs him? Who remembers him, for that matter?
That's true. We got Mark. So
We've got Mark.
I'm agreeing with your thoughts, at least on AJ. I feel like in terms of AJ Styles and Mark Madden, that's definitely a match where Styles is a smart enough guy to try to.
AJ and Kevin Nash, please. You said AJ Styles and Mark Madden. Nobody would pay to see that.
Yeah. Oh God, what was I thinking? No, that would be suspend. Oh,
Jim Cornette would probably pay to see it.
You'd have to suspend me, not from disbelief, but from a 400-pound body sling.
You have to suspend your cable service. Anyway,
yeah, exactly.
I think AJ Styles is a smart enough guy to figure out how to wrestle a guy like Kevin Nash. Which when a guy that's
hold on, Glenn, are you there? Glenn, are you there?
Yeah, finally. But you guys keep hanging. I guess you still haven't mastered the art of call waiting yet.
No, I guess not. We've got Glenn Gilbertti, a.k.a. formerly known as Disco Inferno.
No, Disco with a Q.
Disco with a Q, a friend of Mark Madden.
I refer to that as the beginning of the end for Glenn.
I think so. Glenn, man, welcome back to the show.
Well, yeah, thank you for the nice hearty welcome. I understand that guess you guys scraped the bottom of the barrel since you couldn't find anybody that was popular in the wrestling business to come co-host your show now.
Well, I know. I called Jim Cornette.
Yeah, Francine wasn't available.
Right.
Yeah, Francine was already booked, and I guess Shane Douglas is busy on Monday nights. So Mark Mann, I guess, would be the.
I know.
Let me tell you something. Shane Douglas isn't busy on Monday nights.
we tried Jim Cornette also. He turned us down. So
right.
So we couldn't get anybody. We had to go to Mark
so
Madden.
Everyone knows I was the first choice.
Yeah.
What a great endorsement for you, Mark. They couldn't get anybody, so they got you. Nice.
Mm-hmm. But
we all know that's not true.
You know what's even funnier? I remember, Glenn, you actually were you wrote a part one of a column a while back on WrestleZone, and and claimed that you were going to have a part two, and this was
right.
3 months, a couple of months ago at least, and 2 or 3 months ago. I mean, you said that you felt inspired.
I took a page out of the David Chase book on how to end a series. So I'm just going to leave. I'm actually saving that for the movie. Part two is going to be a documentary on what actually was the part one about?
I forgot what the part one was
about. Belts are props. Belts are just props.
Belts are just props. Right. Yeah. We've been talking with Mark about the current product and everything, and I mean, you pretty much got out of the business completely now. So, I mean, is your thought process since you've gotten to take a back seat? You're no longer.
I'm not completely. I just did an autograph signing. I wrestled last month, and I got a show coming up on August 9th.
That's funny because most people go to these conventions and do more than one autograph signing. You went and did one singular autograph signing.
But it was. I could walk there from my house. It was at a mall right.
Wait a minute. When you said that though, Chris, you mean like he signed only one autograph?
Well, that was kind of.
No. It was only one autograph signing. Not to mean the actual sign of only one autograph.
That was supposed to be the joke.
One autograph signing, not signing one autograph. Huh?
How much do you charge per autograph?
I don't charge the promoter charges.
Well, how much does he charge?
He charged $10.
Wow.
What do you mean, wow? That's like cheap.
Why couldn't you do the Christian thing like Vince Russo would and give the autograph for free?
Well, first of all, what if some of the people that I'm giving the autographs to are Jewish?
Yeah.
Then they wouldn't even appreciate the Christian thing to do, would they? So what's the point?
And then you'd have to pay them.
Right.
See, I decry that statement, please.
Hey, Glenn,
what have you guys been talking tonight?
We've been talking
a
lot of stuff. But out of curiosity, I know you're a UFC fan as well. What do you think about that Brock Lesnar fight last
It's
Saturday?
called Brock Lesnar all week. I bet a couple people on it. It's the guy's just. Theoretically, you're going to be hard pressed to find a human being on the planet Earth that's going to beat that guy in the cage because he comes in so big, and you're going to be hard pressed to find somebody else that's as big as he is for one thing, but he's just so quick and so athletic, and he's just improving.
Right.
He's just going to be very difficult to beat, and then he's a great act. The people hate him, and he's just murdering guys. I love it.
Well, two things about Brock that people didn't count on, and I'm a big Brock Lesnar fan as well. The two things about Brock people didn't count on, number one, that he would get better as much as he has, as fast as he has, and he's still getting better. Number two, his endurance.
Yep. Whoa. That's Brock Lesnar's a part of it. When they see Brock Lesnar, that's the pay-per-views that I'm obviously buying right now when it comes to UFC. I buy the pay-per-views.
He's putting. The bottom line is that UFC is going to continue to take a chunk out of professional wrestling.
Right.
Why would you watch professional wrestling when you could see the type of spectacle that they put on this past weekend?
Sure.
Why would you watch? Vince McMahon has always basically prided himself on the fact that, the thing was his argument about UFC. Well, the fights don't last that long sometimes. There are competitions. Well, first of all, they're fake fights. Nobody wants to see when you can watch a minute of a brutalization and a guy knock a guy out for real. Why would you want to watch 20 minutes of guys play slapping each other?
Right.
How do you sell that to a 15, 16, 17-year-old kid? Oh, look at our matches are longer. It's like, well, they're fake.
Right.
So of course, the UFC is going to continue to take. They're going to gain more fans that are younger, like the 13, 14, and 15-year-olds who are starting to watch. But they're also going to take some of the fans that are already watching wrestling and teetering and disinterested in it, and pull them over to UFC.
Well, but then I got to ask though. Then why was professional wrestling popular before there was UFC? Are you just saying because there was nothing else for people to watch that was in the vein of fighting outside of maybe boxing?
No, it was just because it was first of all, professional wrestling has always existed not because of the wrestling. Okay, it's existed because of the build-up, the angles, the storyline.
Right, and that's I know that's you've always been.
Right. So that's the only reason wrestling has succeeded. You couldn't just take two guys. Basically, independent wrestling shows are what they are. They're a bunch of people fake fighting with no angles, no nothing in front of a couple hundred people. Mm-hmm. Well, you couldn't really sell that to a national audience. You just couldn't have people just fake fight each other with no angles, no build-up, or nothing.
That's exactly true.
Yeah.
There's been many promotions throughout history that have operated on just the principle that you're decrying. For example, St. Louis under Muchnick. They were just, athletic matchups that was presented as real sport. It can be done, but it couldn't be done again. The business has gone way past that now in America.
Yeah, exactly, because what you were doing back then, you were selling the product to your lowest denomination, lowest form of intellect of people that thought it was real. So,
as opposed to the geniuses that watch it now.
Right. So basically what you were doing back then is people thought it was real, and they went to see fighting. They thought it was real fighting.
But are you saying though there can't be a person that enjoys watching the actual wrestling matches, even though they know that they're works? I mean,
Yeah,
I can
yeah,
still
exactly.
watch a great match, and even though I know it's a work, I can understand the athleticism and the skill involved to pull off the match, you know.
And that's what you have, your whole basically audience of internet nerds that basically, you know, look at the artistry of the match. That, you know, that learn what all the moves mean, that learn what all the insider terms are and everything. They look at it from an artistic point of view because they're insiders. You know, I mean, I can go buy a piece of art, but I'm not an art dealer. You know, I don't know, so I can look at something and say, hey, I like it. But now you have the people like, you know, like the internet crowd that likes it for its artistry. You know, your everyman, your typical channel surfer likes wrestling for the promos, the lights, the camera, the action, the music, and stuff. Well, they don't give a rat's ass if the guy, performs 7 suplexes in a row.
Well, then let me ask you this though: why is it so hard to believe though? If that's the case, if the normal casual fan is into wrestling because of that, take the wrestling completely out of it.